This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It is 4:27 here on our Wednesday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us at RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We are following news on the east side after a police chase that then went to the northeast side. This all happened around 2 this morning. You can see we captured it here on our INDOT cameras.
Yeah, some wild video here on our interstates. Luckily, we can tell you one person is in custody at this hour, but this took us from the east side all the way into the downtown area, back to the northeast side. We went through a construction zone, so quite a mess in the early hours. So we're going to be detailing what happened there for you, and thankfully it doesn't look like anyone was hurt. So.
Right, absolutely. Well, many students are heading back to school this week. We know Wayne Township is heading back today, and it's important, especially if you have a first-time student, kindergartners that is, to talk to them and prepare not only them, but yourself for the big changes that are ahead.
Oh yeah, pretty big change and adjustment in the routine. So we're going to be hearing from a psychologist about ways that you can prepare your child for that big first day of school and have them feeling comfortable as they make that big giant leap into the all-day kindergarten. So we're going to be talking about that, but we do want to bring in Alyssa Donovan and talk about the weather for all the kids heading out to the bus stop. Pretty nice the rest of this week,
yes,
right?
We are in good shape for the rest of the week. Those temperatures are going to be near average. We're going to see a lot of sunshine, just what you want this time of year. Now this morning, it is going to be a little bit cool outside for some of those kids heading to the bus stop. You might want a light jacket. We have that cold front that's moving out of the area. That convection has moved out with it. We have high pressure building in, mostly clear skies this morning, a little bit of cloud coverage to the east, but the rest of us starting mostly clear, and those skies will continue to clear as we head through the day. A little bit more cloud coverage later in the afternoon, but really going to be a nice day. Low humidity, mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 80s across the area, and throughout the week we're going to continue to see this high pressure in control. It's really going to be just a seasonable and dry streak of weather, so just what we want this time of year as those kids are heading back to school.
And I noticed last night when I went out to throw a little bit of water on my plants, that humidity had kind of already dropped down.
Yeah, it's starting to drop off, so it'll drop a little bit more as we head through the day today, so it's going to feel really just pleasant and comfortable outside today.
Wonderful.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Well, in Hiring Hoosiers today, we're taking in the Bloomington area. This is Hoosier Hills Career Center, and they have a unique program and specialized training for their health science students, and it has to do with dementia and Alzheimer's, and the fact that we have this aging baby boomer population, and the need for caregivers is so great, and the need for caregivers who understand how to deal with these types of patients and really relate to them on a personal level. It's so important. So we're going to be looking at the specialized training these students are getting in 11th and 12th grade. That's coming up, as well as your news, weather, and traffic right here in Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
A group of Central Indiana seniors say they're being priced out of their retirement home. Working for you, we're taking their concerns to property managers to find out the reason behind the rate increase.
Plus, more students head back to class today. How one local psychologist says that you should prepare your very youngest learners. But first, here at 4:30, I want to welcome you into Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Alyssa Donovan here, and you are bringing a great forecast this morning.
It is a quiet forecast, so that's always the good news. There's not a ton to talk about, but the one thing with it, it's just going to be a streak of really pleasant and seasonable dry weather. So that's kind of what you want to hear this time of year. Temperatures right now across the area in the 60s, 69 degrees in Indianapolis, 65 in Muncie. A few cooler spots on the map. Crawfordsville at 60 degrees right now. We'll see a few of those areas, especially along the western side of Indiana, drop off yet this morning, and that's just because we're seeing clearing skies in that area. Still a little bit of cloud coverage just off to our east, and that's just left over from that cold front that moved through yesterday. That convection, however, has moved out, and we are going to see dry conditions throughout the day. High pressure is in control today, and it's going to stay that way as we head through the next several days and into the weekend. The most we'll see today is just a little bit of cloud coverage as we head into the afternoon, but for the most part, it is going to be a very quiet forecast today and a pleasant one. Seasonable temperatures with the temperatures right in the low 80s across central Indiana. We're also going to see those light winds out of the north, just about 10 miles per hour, right around 80 degrees to 85 degrees for your highs today.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We're taking a close look at traffic as you're heading out the door on this Wednesday morning. It's early, but traffic is already picking up here on on the north side. Lots of headlights here on I-465 near Ditch Road. You can see traffic is moving along up to speed. No delays to report on I-465 in this area. So let's take a turn right now. Get a live look here at I-465, a little west of State Road 37 to the south and southwest sides of town. This is part of that detour route due to the I-70 closure. So this is a part of town that you'll want to avoid this morning, or rather that you want to take this morning. Avoid I-70 and expect some delays as we get closer to the rush hour. We'll keep you updated.
Breaking overnight, one person is in custody following a police chase. We caught everything on our INDOT traffic cameras around 2 this morning. It all started on the city's east side near I-465 and I-70. The chase then snaked through downtown and even an I-65 construction zone. Everything ended when the driver crashed on I-465 near the 71st, 73rd Street exit. No word this morning on why that driver was running from police.
This morning, RTV6 is working for you, getting answers for a group of seniors that are afraid that they're about to be priced out of their Brownsburg retirement community.
RTV6's Graham Hunter talked to residents and the owner, who says they are simply offering better service for residents.
You forced me out. I'm a Vietnam veteran.
Tensions are running high at the Club Manor retirement community over the prospect of a rent hike.
I'm paying $990 right here. Now, you told me I'm not going to pay $1,900? Oh, come on.
The new managers and owners of the property, Core Development, held a meet and greet with residents to discuss what they're planning to change.
I kind of call it a one-stop shop senior living community for independent living seniors.
Marcy Seal is the new executive director of the community.
We're bringing transportation, we're bringing high-quality meals.
Seal says they're planning to honor any current lease rates, but says they will need to raise rent to pay for planned upgrades and to provide better quality service.
I am raising the rent rates to be very comparable to other assisted living, independent livings in the area. Not assisted living, independent living communities in the area.
Seal says it's up to residents to decide if they want to stay. Folks we talked to said they don't have a choice. How much have they raised your rent?
Well, mine's $699. They raised it to $1,020, and I don't make $1,020. I make 800. I get 800.
Diane Horton says she'll be forced to leave.
Here's my shower. Here's my seat where I sit. Here's my bed. This is my whole room.
She's not alone.
This is my uncle's apartment. It's 230 square feet.
Jennifer Pearson is unsure if her uncle Gary Bernhardt will be able to stay. She says he's been living month to month and that his lease is already expired.
I was told his rent would go up September 1st. So essentially he had 1 month to pay his rent at his current rate and find a new place to live and get out.
Seal says no one will be forced onto the streets.
I'm not kicking anybody out.
Right.
I will actually even help them find placement.
Reporting from Brownsburg, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Management tells RTV6 they are not a licensed healthcare facility and they will not be able to accept Medicaid vouchers.
Cardi B is apologizing to Indianapolis fans after abruptly canceling last night's concert. IMPD says an unverified threat led to the cancellation. In a tweet, the rapper said that she was at Bankers Life Fieldhouse rehearsing a new move she planned to perform during the show when she found out. The concert is rescheduled for September 11th. That threat is under investigation.
Another deadly interstate crash in a construction zone caused by a driver who did not slow down while approaching stop traffic. That's according to Indiana State Police. Investigators say a van crashed into a stopped semi-tractor trailer on I-70 near the State Road 267 exit in Hendricks County just after 2 yesterday afternoon. 2 people in the van died. A crash in a construction zone on I-465 killed a mother and her 18-month-old twins earlier this month. Police say in that case, a semi-driver slammed into stopped traffic on the highway near the Keystone exit. The crash also injured 7 people.
It is 4:36. A man fighting to run for mayor of Indianapolis as an independent candidate says that he's not giving up that fight. John Schmitz did not have enough signatures to get on the November ballot after many were invalidated. Schmitz appealed many of those signatures on Tuesday, but the Marion County Election Board unanimously rejected his appeal. Schmitz says that he will not stop appealing until he's on the ballot.
Families in Hancock County have new school supplies, car seats, fresh food and more this morning, all thanks to a community event. The Hancock County Fairgrounds hosted an annual community night last night. Police officers, firefighters, and workers with other county services met neighbors and answered questions. There were also free giveaways and fun for the entire family.
got a lot of candy, and I got on 2 bouncy houses. The one over there, I bounced on so much, and I also tried to do the splits, like, whee!
First responders also inspected car seats and gave safety and educational demonstrations. Looks like a blast.
Very fun. Well, RTV6 is working for you to help get your child prepared for that first day of class. This morning, a local child psychologist wants to prepare you for your child's first experience at school. Dr. Ann Lagis with Riley Children's Health says that every kindergarten will have some kind of event where your child can meet the teacher, see the classroom, and meet some other students. Parents should take full advantage of that opportunity to get your kid comfortable with going to school. Here are the top 3 things you can do to get your child ready for kindergarten.
Definitely go visit the classroom, meet the teacher. The other thing, too, is for parents to start really talking up school, especially if kids haven't been before, to talk about this is going to be fun, you're going to learn new things, you're going to make new friends. And then the third most important thing is the day of, first day, drop the kids off, smile, say goodbye, get out of there, cry in the car if you have to cry.
Well, Dr. Lagis says that a routine can help kindergartners figure out what time your child should be in bed, what time they need to be up, and what they need to do to get ready for school, and do those same things each day.
The second round of Democratic debates continues tonight. After the break, we'll preview night 2 and take a look at night 1's big talkers.
Plus, store brands are supposed to save you money, right? Well, we're working for you this morning on why that's not always the case. Alyssa.
We have a dry and cool start to our day today and a pleasant streak of weather ahead. I'll tell you how long that is going to last.
Stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 4:41 on your Wednesday morning, and here's a live look at your drive to the northeast, I-465 at Fall Creek Road. Traffic in this area is moving smoothly northbound and southbound. No crashes on the roads right here to slow you down.
Baseball's trade window closes at 4 this afternoon. Several big names could still be traded before the deadline. The MLB and Players Association agreed to a rules change in March prohibiting trades from August 1st through the World Series. It's expected that the Federal Reserve will announce a cut to its benchmark interest rate today following an open market committee meeting. Chairman Jerome Powell has signaled rising economic pressures from trade wars and a global slowdown that have become cause for concern. Tonight, 10 more Democrats will take the stage in Detroit for the second half of the second Democratic presidential debate.
And as Trevor Ault reports, night 1 featured frequent sparring over the progressive plans of Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
Night 1 of the Democratic debates in Detroit highlighting the internal struggle for the direction of the party, with moderate candidates challenging progressive leaders.
Is with bad policies like Medicare for all, free everything, and impossible promises that'll turn off independent voters and get Trump reelected.
Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, both with similar agendas and the highest poll numbers of the candidates on stage, not backing away from their ambitious ideas.
I don't understand why anybody goes to all the trouble of running for president of the United States just to talk about what we really can't do and shouldn't fight for.
Dominating much of the debate, health care, particularly Senator Sanders' Medicare for All plan.
For senior citizens, it will finally include dental care, hearing aids, and eyeglasses.
But you don't know.
Second of all,
you don't know that,
second
Bernie.
of all,
We'll come to you in a second,
I do know, and I wrote the damn bill.
But amidst all the sparring, the candidates never straying far from a central idea, the importance of getting President Trump out of office.
We are as divided and polarized as a country as we have ever been. And right now we have a president who uses fear to try to drive us further apart.
The thing you will be remembered for is whether in this moment with this president you found the courage to stand up to him or you continue to put party over country.
The second half of the debate pairs up 2 candidates who sparred in the first debate, Senator Kamala Harris and former Vice President Joe Biden. He is the significant frontrunner right now, but his name didn't come up at all in night 1. Trevor Ault, ABC News, Detroit.
It is 4:44. Some 17-year-olds will be able to have their voices heard at the polls in 2020 in Colorado. They're allowing 17-year-olds to vote in the primary with a stipulation. The potential voter must turn 18 before the general election. The new rule is part of a sweeping new election law that the state is enacting ahead of the 2020 elections. Officials are trying to improve young voter turnout across the state.
Colorado already leads the nation when it comes to election security and election access, but now we're going to be leading the nation by being one of the most youth vote friendly states in the entire country.
Not everyone agrees with those changes. Some county clerks argue that implementing this law will cost the state millions of dollars, and it may not be necessary.
An upsetting and cringe-worthy story out of Pennsylvania this morning. A woman turned herself over to authorities after allegedly urinating on potatoes at a Walmart last week. According to police, 20-year-old Grace Brown is facing multiple charges, including open lewdness and public drunkenness. Brown had no comment as she entered the police department with her lawyer.
Obviously, this is a regrettable situation for Miss Brown. She's embarrassed. She's a young woman that made a mistake, but she's going to address whatever issues she may or may not have, and she's going to move forward.
Walmart released a statement saying it is committed to customer safety and that it disposed of the affected products and sanitized the area. Florida officials say they are investigating their 6th shark bite incident in New Smyrna Beach this year. They say a shark bit a surfer Monday. The 18-year-old was injured on his hand. According to beach safety officials, the surfer did not see the shark. Officials say his hand did need medical attention, but the surfer refused to be transported to the hospital. The surfer is the second person to be bitten by a shark in the area since Saturday. Back here at home, it is going to be a beautiful day to get outdoors. Probably the pools and lakes will be busy
yes,
today.
Yes, that's
Alyssa.
where I would go today. It is going to be beautiful today. Those temperatures in the low 80s across the area, right where we should be this time of year. Plenty of dry and seasonable conditions outside, and that's going to stick with us for most of the 7-day forecast. Now, today we do have a few spots that are starting a little cool this morning, especially to the north of us. We're going to be right in the low to mid 60s here in Indianapolis. Seasonable and dry weather is sticking with us through the weekend. Our next chance of storms doesn't come into the forecast until next week. We don't even see it in the 7-day right now. So we have a clear start across Indianapolis right now. 69 degrees in Indianapolis. Those winds light out of the north, about 8 miles per hour. We do have a few cool spots to the north of us. Kokomo at 63, Bloomington at 68 right now. We're going to see some of those temperatures drop down yet this morning. And what's going on is we had that cold front move through yesterday. That is continuing to move out of the area off to our east. And we are seeing just a few clouds lingering for eastern Indiana this morning. That's keeping those areas a little bit warmer to start out. And then we have high pressure building in behind that. That's going to continue to build in today, tomorrow, and through the weekend. So temperatures today are going to be a little bit below average, and then we're going to be right about average tomorrow before we start to climb just a little bit towards the weekend, but it's still going to be very nice and dry. That's because this is a cooler air mass that's moving in from the north. Those northerly winds are going to continue to keep it dry over the next several days. So that is the good news with this forecast. As I said, starting this morning, a few spots are still going to drop off yet, and that's just because we have clear skies, especially to the north. So some areas are in the low 60s right now, but we'll be dropping into the upper 50s right around Lafayette and Kokomo yet this morning. And then we are going to see a lot of that cloud coverage clear out as we head through midday, and then a little bit more cloud coverage is likely going to come in, especially for those northern and eastern counties as we head into the afternoon. These are just going to be a few scattered cumulus clouds, not expecting a lot of moisture from that. So it's just going to be something to block some of that sunshine as we head through the afternoon, keeping those temperatures a little bit lower than average in the low 80s. As we head towards the weekend, things are staying very nice. That high pressure remains in control. We're going to see mostly sunny skies on Saturday. That humidity remains low as well, just because that cooler air mass is what is in control. Dry and warmer on Sunday, those temperatures climbing just a little bit. We'll continue that climb into Monday before we start to see some chances of spot showers. Tomorrow morning, waking up a little bit cooler again, and that's just because we have that high pressure in control. We're going to see clear skies. So tomorrow, as you're heading to the bus stop with those kids, you're definitely going to need a light jacket. 83 for our high today with mostly sunny skies. Really just a great day, and we're staying in the 80s for the 7-day forecast.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Let's take a look at traffic right now. It is 4:49, and here's a look to our north. north I-65 at 30th Street. You can see we have that ongoing construction there in the northbound lanes, but overall everything's moving smoothly. Still pretty quiet this morning. Let's take a look at our traffic now. Map 2 closures I want to remind you about this morning. These are the only issues on the roads right now. I-70 closed in both directions between the south split downtown and I-465 on the west side. You'll have to use I-65 and I-465 around the south side as your detour and give yourself time if it's during rush hour. It gets a little backed up. And then over here to our northeast, we have this closure of US 36 for construction between State Road 234 and State Road 9. You'll want to use I-69 as your detour. Now let's take a live look at I-70 near Monrovia to our southwest. You can see this is an ongoing construction project as well, but all the orange barrels at this hour are pulled out of those travel lanes. Just use caution as you're making your way to work this morning.
Grocery shopping can be expensive. Now more stores are launching their own brands to cut down on costs. Even stores on the pricier side are offering generic brands. Whole Foods launched its $3.65 everyday brand in the 90s. Kroger doubled the number of generic brand products since 2005. According to the Wall Street Journal, Walmart has been improving the quality of its own brand products. But buying store brands may not always save you the most money.
Sometimes they're partnering with those name brands and they're at rock bottom prices. For example, around 4th of July, I got Heinz ketchup, a 30-ounce bottle, and by the time I matched their sale with their digital coupon, I ended up spending 60 cents a bottle for a 31-ounce bottle of Heinz ketchup.
Consumer Reports compared store brands to brand name products. Things like store brand nuts, condiments, whole grain pasta, and spices were just as good as brand name in terms of quality.
An Arizona woman has a new world record this morning. Straight ahead, the incredible task she had to overcome to claim it.
Plus, new traffic patterns are confusing some drivers downtown. Ahead at 5 o'clock, what you need to know about the changes before you head out the door. But first,
I'm Vinny Politan. Today will be the biggest day by far in our coverage of Florida versus Grant Amato. He's been charged in the deaths of his mother, father, and brother, facing the death penalty. And today, Grant Amato expected to take the stand in his own defense, tell this jury his story, what happened inside that household, then face the cross-examination of prosecutors. We are live in Sanford, Florida, with the dramatic close of testimony in Florida versus Grant Amato.
And don't forget, you can watch Court TV live right on your mobile device by visiting courttv.com. It is 4:52 on your Wednesday morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Financing for 60 months on select 2019 Atlas models.
Welcome back. Here's a live look in that construction zone in Pendleton, I-69 near State Road 38. You see the flashing board there, and we do have a traffic shift. As you can see, you start on the right lanes, and then you have to shift all the way over to the left. So take it slow as you head through this area and pay attention for those workers.
An Arizona woman is back home after setting a world record as the oldest woman to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. 89-year-old Ann Lorimore got a big welcome home at the airport when she arrived back on her flight from Tanzania. Lorimore says she has always loved hiking, but she's never been a professional climber. Still, the trip up and back down the tallest freestanding mountain in the world took her just 9 days.
There was a point when I really was concerned because I fell before I started up the mountain and I had great pain on my side and I couldn't take deep breaths. And I was afraid that if I couldn't keep oxygenated enough, I couldn't go.
And get this is not the first time Lorimore has climbed Kilimanjaro. She also climbed it 4 years ago when she was 85 years old. Hashtag goals.
Yeah, she looks great too.
She looks great. I hope that I am that active and, you know, energized.
I don't know if I could do that right now.
No, we could do it.
Maybe.
Yeah, we could do it.
That's still very impressive.
Yeah, very cool. All right, let's take a look at the weather.
You know what? It is going to be gorgeous today. Those temperatures are going to be a little bit below average, and then we're going to stay seasonable for the rest of the week. The humidity is going to continue to go down as we head through the day as well. Mostly sunny skies. High pressure is control as we head into the weekend. Temperatures climb a little bit, but really we are in store for a great week ahead.